Hey, it is April 2nd. Say happy birthday to my daughter Emily. Turned a big 2-1 today. So we're doing our spring hive inspection on our bees. As you can see, there's still a lot of white stuff on the ground, but it's approaching 60 degrees right now. Bees are pretty active. I've seen them way out in the front yard flying. I don't know if there's anything with pollen yet. My brother said the pussy willows look like they were getting close. The soft maples they may be popping today. They're getting pretty close. I got some pollen patties we're gonna stick on these guys. I should have had them out there sooner, but we just ain't had warm enough weather to really open a hive until today. Let me get you set up on a tripod here. And we'll open these guys up, take a look. This was the package I installed last year. We were Italians when we got them. I ended up splitting the hive and letting them requeen themselves. Which looks like they got quite a bit of carniolan in them now. They're a fairly dark bee. They survived this winter. We've had a horrible winter, and all three of my hives, it seems, well, as of last Saturday, all three hives are still alive. So I think we're doing pretty good. We'll see how things look in here today. Maybe I'll pull a couple of frames to see if I can see a food pattern. I build my inner covers. I make a shallow side and a deep side. So when I put pollen patties or sugar on, Saturday when I peeked in the hive, I flipped this over so that it'll be all ready to put the patties on today. Whenever you open your hive, you always want to look your bees over and see if the queen's up on your inner cover when you take it off. Sometimes she'll be running around up there. When you smoke the bottom of the hive, she'll run right up on the inner cover. And you can see these guys are killer bees. They're not stinging me a bit. Very gentle bees. These are some of the nicest bees I've ever had. And you see they're very dark in color. I thought I seen a drone crawling in that pile, but it's possible. There's roosters over there crawling. He's liking this weather. Let me give you a little close-up look at the top before I pull some frames. They're fairly calm. We built a lot of burr comb on the top of the hive last winter. I probably got a little too much space on my inner cover. If I can get them smoked down there good enough, I'll scrape that all off. I generally start with the second frame. You always want to start away from the brood, and the first one's usually a lot harder to pull out because it's closer to the side. Better chance of smushing bees against the side. Now, this is the southern exposure side here, so chances are, yeah, we still got quite a bit of honey left, so I ain't got to worry about feeding them yet. There's probably more honey on the colder side of the hive. These hive actually face east. A little bit of capped honey left on there. We're probably hungry for some pollen though. I don't think they got a lot of pollen put away last year. It was a very wet fall. wouldn't surprise me if I don't see a lot of brood in here today. Yeah, that frame's empty. There's not much of anything for honey there. When I put this back together, if there's full frames of honey on the further side, I might switch a couple frames around and give them some frame over on the edge. One thing I'm seeing here that I'm not liking, but it may have been from a previous time, I'm seeing mouse damage on the top of that frame. I never got my mouse guards on this winter. Frames are very light. They're hanging tight to them. As you can see, they're not a runny bee. Runny bee means when you hold them like this here, they all get running around. Very calm, very docile bee. I probably didn't even need to smoke them. I've worked these hives last year without smoking at all. There's a good number of bees in here. Another month I'll be splitting this hive up probably 4 ways at least. I'm going to have to do a lot of building. I only have one other hive right at the moment. I got a bunch of frames to assemble. Yeah, I blew on my bees. Some people say don't blow on your bees, it'll make them mad. Not seeing any brood. Maybe just because they don't have any pollen, I'm not seeing any pollen either. Maybe I put that pollen patty on, they might just take right off. I'd be happier if I could see the queen. So far, I ain't liking this. Pretty empty. I don't see any honey over on this side. Don't have much honey left. I really didn't want to go into the bottom chamber. I think I'm going to have to. brood, but it looks like from last year. These guys need some sugar. Only one frame of honey. We could be a while before we get any nectar source to speak of. Crystallized honey. It's like crystallized honey. Seen white down between the beads, but I'm thinking they need this pollen really bad. I'm hoping there's a queen in here somewhere. Just going to take a quick look again here. Now my queen isn't marked, so I think I'm about out of sugar. That was there. Get wrapped up here. Well, I see eggs. Okay, I feel better now. The queen's probably on this frame. They're the one laying down there. I do see, there are eggs. I know you're not going to make them out. There are a patch of eggs right there. I was hoping for a lot more brood. But like it says, there's no pollen in this hive. So she might be just laying and they might be eating them as fast as they're hatching because they don't have no feed to feed them. So I think they're going to take this pollen patty real welcomely. I have a magnifying glass. My glasses are getting horrible. This magnifying glass ain't much better. Yeah, I ain't gonna see nothing through that though. Let's put them like that. What I'm going to do, just to be on the safe side, I'll pull a frame out over here where there ain't any bees. I'll slide these all over like that, very carefully. And then I'll put the frames that might have the queen on in, and then I can gently slide them together and then shove that frame down in without having to worry about rolling the queen's head between the frames. There are some odd looking ones. Some of these almost look like wasps. There's some weird markings to them. I guess that's the Italian in them. Hey, do that. Now I'm going to try to get this bird comb off from here. So I'm going to smoke them right down in heavy. So I got to sharpen my hive tool. I just got my first sting of the year. Only because I had a bee wadded up in that wax. When I squeezed the ball of wax, I stuck her right into me. I'm hearing these guys get really loud. So that might be telling me something. That might be telling me that my queen's on this lid. Or it might be telling me that I just smoked them a little heavy. Wait a minute. Let's think of the next thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Slide these back over. Now I'll grab a patty. Now let's see what this stuff looks like. It looks like a big old brownie bar. I don't even know where this comes from. My brother picked it up for me. Sold me 3 frames, or 3 patties. I'm going to lay this right over the top of where that brood is. And then they can eat that right from the bottom. Some people just leave the paper on and they'll chew through it. I'm just going to get a piece of paper set here. In fact, I'll probably just use this piece. Let's go see if I can find some sugar and pour on it. Give them something to eat. Stand by. Alright, I'm back. I am my sugar. I left like half a cup. Yeah, it's almost grocery day, so I guess we'll be okay. Give them something here to eat. I don't even need that much paper. This is called mountain camp method when you feed them like this. I'm going to save some for that nuke box there because they're probably hungrier than these guys. Gotta give them a little something. I'll check them in a few days. Put it on. Top on. Brick on. I'm going to lay the brick flat like that, so I know there's a queen laying in there. And we're good to go. Remember, give me one of these. Just right down here. Click thumbs up. And subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thanks for watching.